I was like, what is it now, Daddy? And she's like, no, that's not working. I'm like, I know, they shouldn't talk to each other like this, but I have no other context for this line. And like, I've never in my life called anyone Daddy that wasn't inappropriate to talk about right now. But I mean, so I was like, I kept just saying that line over and over again. I think one of the outtakes is me finally just hearing it. Caitlin's like, do it again, like you just did it, and really listen to yourself. And I'm like, what is it now, Daddy? Oh God, I hear it. And finally, I think Caitlin just wore me down until I was finally like, what is it now, Daddy? Okay, go, we got it. Let's move on. Move on.
Most memorable, good or bad?
I have several favorites. I mean, I even mentioned some of them from the first episode in particular. And you know what I love is I love when you guys latch on to a line that we didn't even remember doing and you really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't throw anything, but what is it now, Daddy? I mean, see, that does sound pretty. Okay. Yes. The line about what if I let you drink it from my mouth? I didn't even remember that really. I didn't really think much about it. But then as fans would come to conventions and would ask for it, and they asked for different lines from your characters, and you're like, wow, yeah, okay, I think I remember doing that. And then those kind of become some of your favorites because you enjoy them the most. And, at the end of the day, we enjoy giving you, laughs and doing things that you guys enjoy. So some of your favorites have become some of my favorites. And I talking about Sirius too, the episode with Kilya, I remember a line so well when he was sitting on the couch talking to Kilya, and he said, Tamaki said, well, my grandmother hates me, so blah, 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 blah. And I was like, he says it so nonchalantly, and suddenly it became clear to me. Tamaki created the host club to have a family because he didn't have any real relationship with his family. And so he made this little family, you know what I mean? And that's why he's so fiercely protective of it. And that moment when he just so simply said that his grandmother hated him, and I thought, wow, that really grabbed me a lot too. So thank you for the question, sweetheart.
That's an extremely hard question for me to answer because is it me recording in the booth or me being the director of everybody? Because there's
either one.
So many wonderful moments. It's really hard to remember one in particular that was bad. A lot of the tricky stuff ends up in the outtakes, which you all know of. So everyone knows that I hated having to yell about the crab. I really hated it. Because Haruhi doesn't raise her voice that much, so it was this new thing to have to explore about halfway through. Like, what would she sound like when she's really excited and shouting something? Of course it's about food, so that's cool. But I did not enjoy trying to figure out that moment. I'd say memorable, for a good reason, would be Haruhi stands up to Kilya's father. And that was like such a fabulous payoff because Kilya is one of my favorite characters, and just the relationship kind of between the three of them and her observing and learning what's going on and what is he really about and who's this dude about and what's going on with this school and all these people. And I just love how she's just not going to take it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and let you talk to him like that. I'm like, oh, go get him. I love that. It was wonderful. So from that moment on to like the very end of the show, and it was so bittersweet for me to record like the last scene, them like in the carriage and flying off the bridge and all of that wonderful stuff, and knowing, okay, I'm laying down the tracks for Vic to hear when he comes in to do it. It's gonna be over. But so what's great about it, what's really wonderful, is so many years later, it's still just as new to everybody as it was to us back then, because it seems to be the show that everybody introduces to their friends who don't watch anime. So it's like everybody's first anime. Like, how exciting! So we get to be a part of bringing all of you into this wonderful world where you can have the same kind of family that Tamaki created. So it's a beautiful show to be a part of, and thank you all for loving it.